Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wahlberg, your podcast performance coach, with another actionable tip so you can grow your authority and convert with ease. Today's tip is make it easy for people to subscribe to your show. Wow, how excited are you? You've discovered a new podcast. Someone shared a link with you. You found a show on Twitter. Someone posted their podcast website. That's right up your alley. On Facebook, LinkedIn, or TikTok. It could be anywhere. Maybe you just Googled something and the word podcast, and you ended up on a podcast website that you are loving. Sweet. The first thing I want to do is press play. And if I like what I hear, I'm going to want to subscribe. But would you believe this is one of the biggest issues I come across on a podcast website? No subscribe buttons. No subscribe buttons to be found anywhere. Or worse, dead buttons or just the Spotify or Apple Podcasts logo that go nowhere. Great, super, wonderful. So I go back one level to the episodes page. No, nothing there. How about the home page? Maybe I missed it. No. So now I guess I'll pull up my own podcast platform and search for it by name. Hopefully I spell it right. Oh, there's 4 more other podcasts with the same name. I think this is the right one. You know, I might do that, or most likely I'll just bail. It's turning into a real chore, isn't this? Now, I know this doesn't sound like a real hardship, but my point is to make it as easy as possible for a new listener to subscribe to your show. Get those subscribe buttons on your website. I mean, put them everywhere. If you make mention of your podcast on your homepage, then your buttons should be there. Usually podcast websites work similarly to blogs, so there's a page with your most recent 3, 6, or 10 episodes on it. Make sure your podcast subscribe buttons are on that page too. And when I click through to that specific episode URL, make sure those subscribe buttons are there too. I like using separate platform-specific buttons, and I make them big so they can't be missed. I'm not a fan of players that integrate those subscribe buttons into their players because then they get lost sometimes, being the same color or the same shape or under a submenu. I like big buttons, and I like nice big buttons that look like people's favorite platforms. They're recognizable and they're easy to spot. The ones I have on my page are Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube. You could easily double that or triple that with all of the different podcast listening platforms out there, but those are the big boys. For a lot of podcasters, your show is working. Your marketing efforts are working. People are finding your show. Others are sharing your show. Humans are landing on your website. When they find you, make sure your show is accessible by making subscribing so easy they can't help themselves but hit one of those big, beautiful buttons on your website. Put them everywhere. And I hope that's just the tip you need. Now, if you haven't subscribed to this show, shame, shame, shame. You can fix that shame by just subscribing. It's easy to do. Go to my website. There's lots of buttons on there. Nice and colorful, big and fat. They all take you to the right place. Your favorite podcast app. Hit that subscribe button right now and then tell a fellow podcaster about this show because you get so much out of it, right? If you want to see those buttons in action or steal them from my website, go for it. Just go to podcastperformancecoach.com. That's podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Wahlberg. See